Have we ever had a Dutch Pope? Hi, I'm Paul. I pronounce Dutch words and names the way a Dutchman would pronounce them. Now, the guy behind me is in fact a Pope, and he was Dutch. And his name is Adrian VI, or as we call him in the Netherlands, Adriaan. Paus Adriaan, because Adriaan was his real first name, unlike many other popes that took on a name of someone who inspired him, like Pope Francis, who just passed away. He took on the name of Francis of Assisi, St. Francis, because he was inspired by St. Francis. This Pope kept his own name for some reason. I guess he must have liked it. Anyway, he became Pope in 1522, which made him a contemporary of, are you ready, Martin Luther, the great Protestant church reformer. So that sets the scene for him right away, right? So he was entering the popeship in times of turmoil, not only religious turmoil, but also political turmoil, because the Turks were threatening to invade Europe, and France was fighting England, and England was at quarrels with Spain, and Spain didn't like what was happening in Italy. Everybody was fighting with everybody, and at that time, remember that Rome, the Holy Roman Empire, was not only a religious organization, it was a worldly organization. It had armies, it had a fleet, and it was playing a big role in the politics of that time. So becoming an official in the church was a big deal, not only from religious reasons, that was probably one of the last reasons people wanted to enter the church, but mainly for political power. And he inherited a church that had no money. The church was broke because his predecessors spent all the money on lavish lifestyles, and he did not like that at all. He became a church reformer in his days, even though his papacy did not last long. It lasted for 8 months and 6 days. 8 months and 6 days. He didn't make any friends because he didn't have any money to spend to buy friends and influence people. He didn't have that, and people did not know at that time that the church was bankrupt. They thought he kept all the money to himself. Besides, he was a foreigner. He was not an Italian. He was not very outgoing. He didn't throw these parties, so people did not like him. So throughout his career as Pope, everybody inside the church that was not from the Netherlands, that was advising him, tried to work against him. So everything that he tried to accomplish, all the reforms that he tried to accomplish, did not go anywhere. So he was kind of an unsuccessful Pope in that regard. He didn't want to be Pope in the first place. He didn't like it. He didn't want it. He didn't like the pomp and circumstance very much, like Pope Francis, who just passed away. He didn't like that either. He was very, very modest. He tried his best to work with the cards that were dealt to him. But at that time, we had 2 outbreaks of the plague as well. That didn't help his papacy. And most of his official papers were lost, so we don't know a lot about him either. That was Pope Adriaan, Pope Adrian VI, the only Dutch Pope we've ever had. And it took 455 years after his papacy to elect another non-Italian Pope, which was Karol Wojtyla, who was Cardinal from Poland, and he became John Paul II. So 455 years it took to elect another non-Italian Pope. This is the story of Paus Adriaan, Pope Adrian VI. Have a great day. Tot ziens. Bye-bye.